The biggest thing when always, when we're trying to help someone else or something like this, the biggest thing is to be whatever it is that we're trying to. Uh, the biggest thing is being, not saying. I think that a lot of times our approach to education is very saying based, because obviously we have a very strong intellectual tradition. We read these books, we talk about these things, we have these conversations, especially nowadays. Bismillah, mashallah, young people, they love conversations. It's conversation. I'm like, okay, are we going to do something at some point, or it's just all conversation? But mashallah, it's a lot of conversations, and I don't even know why I'm saying that. Why am I saying it? It's about being. It's not always about talking about something. It's about being something. And so this is a big challenge, That's the biggest challenge. It's very hard. I found that when I used to teach in Islamic schools, it was really great, Not because I so much enjoyed like the difficulties of managing a classroom or dealing with kids all day long. It's very difficult. Teaching is one of those things that if it's very similar to being an imam. If you haven't done it, you cannot actually understand it. If you have not actually been in a classroom for 5 periods a day, not as a sub, not as like a one-off thing, not for 1 week, but like you went and you taught in the class every single day for 5 periods a day or whatever is full-time now. And usually in an Islamic school, at least they told us that 5 periods a day is standard full-time teacher load. And then usually in Islamic school, someone's always absent and we don't have subs. So you end up taking 5 periods plus like another period. You lose your prep period. You lose whatever period. And you have to do that day in and day out every single day. If you haven't done it, you don't know what it is. Same thing with being an imam. And that's what makes the management of these people extremely difficult. And the like advices that people have, community members always have opinions and they have this and they have that and we should do it this way and you should do it that way. So many times people will come to like, well, why don't you do this in the classroom? And I would just look at them like, why don't you come in the classroom? Like, you think that's a good idea? I'll take 2 weeks off. You go ahead and do it and we're good, we can try it. Let me know how it works. It's really so what I was trying to say is that when I was teaching, the biggest challenges, I'm gonna be really honest, how do I not oppress this child? It's very difficult as a teacher. Parents know this too. Like, one of the things you worry about as a parent is, how do I not oppress this child? And sometimes I'm tired, and sometimes I'm hungry, and sometimes I'm frustrated from this thing or that thing or so on and so forth. How do I not oppress this child? How do I not speak to them in a way that I shouldn't speak to them? How do I not take out my frustration on them? Classroom was very hard. So it was really great practice. 4 years, 5 years in the classroom every day, no, that's not their fault. That's my fault. Yeah, yes, I know. Okay, yes, you're tired today. Be careful. Don't take it out on them. Don't take it out on them. It's really big effort you have to make. And what would they remembered these kind of things more than anything I taught them. They would come to me sometimes and they'd be like, Shaykh, we know you were tired today, but we appreciate you didn't go in on us, or you didn't, we'd have these really interesting conversations. And, but they remember those things. And when you've been a parent, you know this too. So much of what they're taking is not the things that you said. Saying something is much weaker than however else it's done. So the big difficulty with da'wah, calling people to Islam, guiding people in Islam, and so on and so forth, my point is not the stuff that we tell them. It's what am I? How accurate of a display of the way of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam am I? And if I am an accurate enough display of that, then I don't really have to say much. I just have to spend some time with the people. And if I spend time with them, then they understand. And this is one of the things that I appreciate with our primary teacher, is that he doesn't speak very much. And you just watch him and everything gets solved. All of the confusion that you had and should I put priority here, should I put it there, how do I solve this, how do I deal with that, so on and so forth. All of it gets solved, but none of it happened through speech. It's all just through watching the person. How do they handle this situation? How do they deal with that? So on.